Good morning, everyone. I'm Martin Wenzel. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are in Lomé, Togo, Inasing Bay, Ayadema International Airport in Lomé, Togo. Again, butchering that name. And we're going to be flying to Mohammed V International Airport in Casablanca, Morocco. This flight is based on Royal Air Maroc 553, usually flown using Boeing 737-800, but I'll be using the Airbus A320neo FlyByWire's A320neo mod with the Royal Air Maroc livery created by NOC 3. Alright, it's 4:54 in the morning here in Togo, Lomé, Togo. We're going to get our plane, our checks, parking brakes set, engine master switches off, ignition to normal. Throttle is working and is in the idle position. Gear is down, anti-skid, wipers off. Turn on our batteries. I'll get the external power on. No external power really, no truck showing, but some of these airports are like that. Alright, so our strobe lights to auto. Our DIRs to 1, 2, 3 sets of nav. APU and engine fire tests. What's that? Alright, instruments, display brightness. Get all of our the perpetual lightning and thunder that is so common with the Microsoft live weather. Oops. We don't need to turn these up too much right now. It's still early in the morning. Here. Lights on a little bit. Alright, seatbelt sign. Be on once we get our fuel. No smoking. Emergency lights armed. And let's get the passengers coming on board using self-loading cargo today. 163 passengers, but probably only 157 are able to get on. Taking off. We'll be taking off in about 24 minutes, hopefully. There we go. 156 passengers for this. Flight plan calls for more.
Cabin crew, we're ready to get going now, so as soon as you're ready, you can open the doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
Can you come on board?
No problem.
There they come. Look on them. We got Emma Wilkinson. Again, self-loading cargo doesn't have the localized names like PACX does. At least not yet. That is in the works. Can't wait until he does, because I really like self-loading cargo. Alright, so let's get the fueling going. While we're waiting for the fly pad. Well, there it is. Import from SimBrief. Over here, fuel we need. Go. 13,364. Take 10 minutes. We got time. But until then, we won't have the seatbelt signs on just in case there is an issue. And let's get our clearance for ATC.
Lomé Tower,
Our IFR to Mohammed V.
Mohammed, be ready to copy.
Royal Air Maroc 553 is cleared to Mohammed V Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 12,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.1 squawk 7101. Royal Air Morocco 553 cleared to Mohammed V Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 225 and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 123.1 squawk 7101. Royal Air Morocco 553 read that correct. Contact ground on 120.7. Good day.
Yeah, I actually like that the AI will respond, but it won't jump ahead and ask for a taxi clearance right now because we're not ready. That's nice. All right, so let's get to our flight computer and get our initial data. It looks right there. Fuel on board. We need 13. That is coming on right now. But our init page 1, our alternate today is going to be. Where's the alternate? Golf, Mike, Echo. Our flight number is 553. Cost index. Got that Thunder. Cost index of 5. And cruise is going to be flight level 360 today. Jump over to the flight plan. Got a few. Just under a 4 or a 5 hour flight, but not a ton. Not too many waypoints we got to put in. Probably a bunch of them are taken up by a couple of these airways. Our first waypoint is AMSOM. We click to the left of AMSOM Airways. We're going to go via Uniform Romeo 983. Now an airway contains a lot of different waypoints, but it's just one straight shot. Pull up my nav graphs. So for example, you can see here's all these airways, and there's a lot of waypoints within this airway until we get to Oscar Golf. Here's just a quick shot of where we're going to be going. We're going to be taking Uniform Romeo 983 until we get to Oscar Golf. And then we're going to get on Airway Uniform Romeo 866. Take that to waypoint Bullpack. Then we hit insert because we're then going direct to the next waypoint. That's going to be Divux, Delta India, Victor Uniform X-Ray. Insert, and then we'll again go back. Bounces me all the way to the top there. Divux, to our airway again. And we're going via Uniform Mike 372. Taking that to the VOR Mike Alpha Kilo, probably Marrakesh. Then we're taking that direct to the last waypoint, will be Pixov. There we go. Now, what I like to do, it's always a good idea to do this. Go to plan. You can zoom out, see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. We'll go here and we'll go step by step. Looking for discontinuities. Waypoint that's going somewhere really far off. You can see most of the waypoints are in a straight line because this is on an airway. Alright, looks very good. You see our time is going to be about 4.5 hours for flight time. A little bit longer flight than we've been doing. Go to our radial nav page. Here we could put in a VOR if we wanted to. We don't need anything right now. Go back to our NIT page and go to page 2. We're on our 0 fuel weight. I'm still waiting for fuel to come on board. So we'll wait on that. To our performance page. Now it used to be you could just double click the V1 and it would just automatically put in a speed. It doesn't do that anymore. Usually speeds tend to be similar, but here I have an Excel spreadsheet. It is available on flightsim.to, an A320neo calculator. Already got the runway. Pull over this. Already got the runway direction, degrees 223, elevation 62 feet, length is 3,000 meters, slope 62 on this end, 62 on this end, so it's a slope of 0%. And then we need our information about wind and everything. And what we can do, one way you can get that is right here on your fly pad if you import some from SimBrief. So we'll just do that. Another way is you can print off within here, and we'll do that later as we're coming in for our landing towards the end of the flight. So our wind is 200 at 12 knots. Let's just go over here, pull over the calculator. I'm sure at some point FlyByWire will insert a calculator like this right into the fly pad, which is really cool. The wind is 200, 12 knots, outside air temperature 30 degrees. The QNH is a little loud. Our runway is dry. Our total takeoff weight is 71.4 tons. We're going to use flex for thrust. This is flaps 1. Keep the air conditioning on, anti-ice off, and our center of gravity, check. Be right in here. Still changing as it's getting more fuel. I think it's going to be about, it looks like it's going to be probably about somewhere in 24.5. The sun is starting to come up. Well, by the time we're taking off, we should have the sun just peeking over. I believe it's going to be peeking over from over there, east, the west, and maybe we'll see some ships out there on the Gulf of Guinea. Actually, that's going to be south, north. It's going to be peeking over there, I believe. I might be completely turned around. Like, oh, still waiting on that fuel. Passengers coming on board. Quite a few open seats. We still have 48 remaining. Cabin crew. Again, there's going to be some extra stuff there. He's working on adding the next update where there's going to be a little bit more interaction from the cabin crew. And I'm really looking forward to when he does get that the dynamic names, localized names, because PAC-X, it's really cool. Look at the names and seeing, when you're in this part of the world, seeing a lot more Islamic names, African names, and a mixture of other names. You'll get a few Asian names in there. Obviously more European names, tourists, business people, but then more local traffic as well. Right now it tends to be very much, names tend to be pretty Western. And then here there's a more cabin crew interaction section that he's going to be adding. The next update, whenever that comes down the pipeline. Alright, looks like we're just about, I think we're finished fuel. Yep. So we can check our Center of gravity 24.38. That just changes this right here. So our speeds are going to be 147, 151, 152. Transition altitude. Let me grab an approach chart. And it's 2,600 feet. That's where we switch from our ground barometer, ground pressure to the standard pressure. Flaps are 1. The flex takeoff is 50 degrees.
Hi, we're just about set up here, so we're happy for you to close the doors once everyone's on board. Thank you.
Seatbelt signs on. We are completed our fuel.
Okay, great. We're almost done.
Remember to do our net page 2. 13.3 for our fuel. And go down here, turn on our predicted wind shear, and lock the cockpit door. Barometric reference. Is we got our heading, our initial altitude. Flight directors are both on. Got our APU master switch and start the APU. Turn on our nav and logo lights. Your oxygen supply on. Clear the white lights. Got our fuel pumps. And once we have the APU, we'll hit the APU bleed and turn off the external power, and we'll be ready to push back. Okay, we're going to insta board because we got 10 passengers remaining, and there's just a glitch where the passengers will get stuck in an endless loop here because of the door situation with Flight Simulator right now and self-loading cargo, and that's something he's still working on. Hopefully it's getting close, and we'll get an update on this. We're just going to instantly get them on. And I'm using pushback helper to do our door closing. Right now, again, this doesn't work perfectly.
Lomé ground Royal Air Morocco 5. Flight 3 requesting pushback.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are
Ground Royal Air
and
Morocco 5.
doors have
Flight 3.
been
No pushback now. Available to answer your request.
That's kind of funny. Co-pilot asked for pushback. There is no pushback available, but we will get the invisible tug from pushback helper. As in reality, there would be a tug here. And we're gonna push back over here, come back out onto the runway, have to double back. Well, actually, we don't. Let me see. Make sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the aircraft this morning. My name is Steve. I'm your pilot today, along with First Officer David and your senior flight attendant, Alana. She, along with the rest of the crew, will be making our way around the cabin, making sure you're comfortable and ready to get us on our way. We're not actually anticipating any delays, so we should be arriving on time. We've just heard the guys on the ground have finished loading the final bits of luggage into the aircraft, so we should be on our way very shortly. We are just waiting to receive clearance to push back in taxi. If you can help the cabin crew by getting yourselves sat comfortably with seatbelts fastened, that would be fantastic. Once we're airborne, we'll be starting our in-flight services, but for now, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Oh. Okay, yeah, the pushback tug is pretty strong. If you don't have the parking brake release, they will really push your plane back up into the air. Alright, so ignition and starting engine 2. Okay, so in real life, you can see on our chart where we are, there should be Tango 2 should go all the way down to Delta, right to the end of the runway. But we don't have that there, so this airport needs to be get some updating. So we're gonna go on Charlie and then have to double back on the runway itself. See the sun starting to peak up. I'm gonna go left, 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 left.
سيداتي وسادتي، أهلا بكم على متن هذه الرحلة.
Madame, Monsieur, bonjour et bienvenue à bord.
نرجو منكم الانتباه إلى تعليمات السلامة الموضحة في هذا الفيديو.
Ce film présente des consignes de sécurité importantes. Merci de nous accorder votre attention.
قبل الإقلاع يرجى التأكد من وضع الأمتعة في الخزائن فوق مقعدكم.
Avant le décollage, vérifiez que votre bagage à main est bien rangé dans un compartiment au-dessus de votre siège.
تحت المقعد أمامكم مع إبقاء جميع الممرات والمخارج خالية من أي أمتعة.
Ou en dessous du siège, vous faisant face. Veillez à laisser le couloir ainsi que les issues de secours bien dégagées.
يجب إبقاء حزام الأمان مربوطا طالما أن إشارة حزام الأمان مضيئة.
Veuillez garder votre ceinture attachée lorsque le
Starting
signal
engine 1.
lumineux vous l'indique.
يتم ربط حزام الأمان بهذه الطريقة وضبطه هكذا ثم فتحه هكذا.
Vous pouvez l'attacher, l'ajuster et détacher votre ceinture comme ceci.
يرجى التذكر أن التدخين ممنوع منعا باتا طوال هذه الرحلة.
Pour des raisons de sécurité, il est interdit de fumer durant tout le vol.
وكل المراحيض مزودة بأجهزة كشف
Lomé ground
للدخان.
Royal
Des
Air Maroc
détecteurs de
5,
fumée
flight
sont
3 ready
placés
to
dans les
taxi
toilettes.
IFR.
في حالة انخفاض الضغط تسقط أقنعة الأكسجين تلقائيا من أماكنها.
En cas de dépressurisation, les masques à oxygène tomberont automatiquement à votre portée.
ابقوا في مقاعدكم واسحبوا
Alright,
القناع.
well, again, the flight plan and our departure. Runway 22. We're going to be taking AMSA 1
طبيعية.
Placez le masque sur
Sierra
votre
for
visage,
the
puis respirez
standard
normalement.
instrument
يجب
departure.
القناع الخاص بكم أولا قبل مساعدة الآخرين.
Installez d'abord votre masque avant d'aider d'autres passagers.
توجد سترة النجاة تحت
why this
مقاعدكم
guy's
أو
right here.
تحت مسند الذراع.
Votre gilet
Engines
de
are
sauvetage se trouve sur
started
votre siège
up.
ou dans votre accoudoir.
تنفخ السترة فقط عند مغادرة الطائرة.
I love the
لسحب
ground
الشروط
traffic
الأحمر
always getting in the way. Okay,
للأسفل.
thank you.
Il ne peut être gonflé qu'à
What?
l'extérieur de l'appareil en tirant
what?
fortement sur les cordelettes.
Parking brake released.
أيضا عن طريق هذا الصمام.
Si nécessaire,
Turn off our
utilisez les
APU
embouts
bleed
mécaniques
and
pour
mask
vaincre
switch.
النجاة مزودة بضوء لجذب الانتباه.
Le gilet est muni d'un voyant lumineux
Flaps
destiné
to
à
one.
attirer l'attention.
مخارج الطوارئ مبينة بوضوح في حالة انخفاض الضوء في المقصورة.
Rudder
En cas de
spoilers.
visibilité réduite en cabine, les issues
Weather
de secours
radar
sont clairement
is right
indiquées.
here.
عند الطوارئ ستضاء أرضية الممرات المؤدية إلى المخارج.
Un éclairage au sol
Transponder
vous
is
guidera
set.
vers la sortie.
Be at standby right now.
أقرب مخرج إليكم.
We have our
والذي
clearance,
يكون خلفكم.
our chronometer.
Regardez le panneau le plus proche de votre siège.
Take off config.
Celui-ci peut être situé derrière vous.
And we'll start
كل مخرج
rolling.
مجهز بمنزلق ينتفخ تلقائيا عندما يفتح الباب في حالة الطوارئ.
Chaque porte abrite un toboggan qui se gonflera automatiquement en cas d'ouverture.
في حالة الاضطرار إلى مغادرة الطائرة يجب ترك جميع أمتعتكم.
Dans l'éventualité où il vous faudrait quitter l'appareil d'urgence, laissez vos bagages à bord.
يجب التأكد الآن من أن حزام الأمان مربوط بإحكام. طاولة الطعام مطوية. إعادة مقعدكم إلى وضعه العمودي وإنزال مساند الذراعين.
Veuillez maintenant vérifier que votre ceinture est attachée, que votre tablette est relevée et que les accoudoirs de votre siège sont rabattus.
يمنع استخدام الأجهزة الإلكترونية أثناء الإقلاع أو الهبوط.
L'usage des appareils électroniques est interdit pendant le décollage et l'atterrissage.
ويمنع استخدام الهواتف النقالة طوال هذه الرحلة.
L'utilisation des téléphones mobiles est interdite tout au long du vol.
ونذكركم بأن هذه الرحلة لا يسمح فيها بالتدخين.
Nous vous rappelons que ce vol est non fumeur.
يتعين على جميع الركاب الاطلاع على تعليمات السلامة الموجودة في جيب المقعد حيث تحتوي على شرح مفصل لمعلومات السلامة.
Nous vous invitons à consulter la notice de sécurité placée dans la pochette en face de vous. Celle-ci contient d'importantes informations relatives à la sécurité de l'appareil.
ندعوكم لإبقاء حزام الأمان مربوطا طوال الرحلة.
Veuillez garder votre ceinture attachée durant le vol.
سيقوم طاقم الطائرة بإجراء تفقد نهائي للمقصورة ونشكر لكم حسن استماعكم.
Merci pour votre attention. Les membres de l'équipage se feront un plaisir de vous aider et d'assurer votre confort pendant le vol.
شكرا لاختياركم الخطوط الملكية المغربية. نتمنى لكم رحلة ممتعة.
Merci d'avoir choisi Royal Air Maroc. Nous vous souhaitons un agréable voyage.
Alright, long safety demonstration there. We got our takeoff configuration, max brake, signs on, cabin is ready, flaps are armed, flaps in takeoff position. Oh, the spoilers are armed, I mean. And takeoff config is normal. TCAS is at standby, and we have our landing lights on. Since we're on the runway, we want to be well lit just in case anyone might be coming in for a landing. Fortunately, most of these airports, not a ton of traffic. At least Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. Alright, we're about a minute ahead of schedule. Looks like we're pretty good on the runway. Make sure we have our transponders set on. Put the tar up. Landing light, nose light is set to take off. Hold our brakes.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please. Thank you.
Wait for the cabin crew to sit. Alright, we're waiting for... Who's our cabin? Natasha Triplo, waiting for her to get in there. We're going to take off just a few seconds after our scheduled takeoff, so we're pretty good. Cabin secured, crew ready. Alright, we're going to stabilize our N1 at 40%. We're going to release the brakes and go to flex. P1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Back to flaps, back to climb.
Accra Center Royal Air Morocco 553 would like to change destination to Mohammed V.
Royal Air Morocco 553 is
Got the strobe light on.
the airport as well. Squawk 7101.
Royal Air Morocco 553 cleared to Mohammed V.
And set to standard. We passed our transition altitude.
101.
Royal Air Morocco 553, read back correct. Radar contact 2,800 feet. UNH29 Desmo 83, continue to leave a right turning and following heading 045 Brazil navigation climb and maintain 13,000 feet.
Continue to leave a right turning and following heading 045 Brazil navigation climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Royal Air Morocco 553.
Pretty interesting kind of glare going on the Always fun coming out of a place when the lights are on and the sun's just coming up. Coming in as the sun's just going down. The air weather radar showing those clouds. So arrival right now looking about 11:30. That doesn't seem right. That'd be about 6 hours. That's probably going to change as we get up. Estimated time right now, you can see it's 5.5 hours, but it's, you know, as we gain our altitude and get to closer to our cruising. To kind of bounce that camera around because sometimes I lose the cursor. Landing lights off, over 10,000 feet, and we can actually turn off the sequence signs. Let's see if ATC clears us higher. If it doesn't, we'll ask for that increase. Going for 36,000. There we go.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet. Royal Air Morocco 553. 53.
5,000 feet. We're not anticipating any delays, so as they come through, make their way around the aircraft. Please make sure you keep your arms clear of any items. And please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
Niamey Center, Royal Air Maroc 553, flight level 360.
Royal Air Maroc 553, Niamey Center. Continue to Yolamo as planned.
Okay, one of the pitfalls of stepping away from the flight for a few hours is that we had some kind of fault. Now we're still in the air. I'm not sure if it had anything to do with that, but yeah, both the engine generated electrical generation wasn't on. We lost all our lights on our strobe light. It was giving that strobe light off message even though it was on. Basically nothing was working. Most of our screens were shut off. So kind of interesting. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if that's a normal thing that could possibly happen in the real plane, and obviously you catch that while you're actually sitting in the cockpit. Typically when I do these longer flights, I'll be around the house and checking in, but I went out of the house to go over to Harvest Fest here in West Allis, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, State Fair Park. We're on that wing view for a while.
Descend and maintain flight level 290 Royal Air Maroc 553.
Went over the mountains. And we're right over Marrakesh right now, so we're over the mountains in southern Morocco. At least the southern portion of Morocco, that is undisputed. Went through Burkina Faso, Mali. Let's see, we went Togo, over to Ghana, over Burkina Faso, Mali, and over Mauritania, and into a little bit of Algeria for a little bit, and then Morocco. And we are making our descent. About 15 minutes remaining, 114 miles.
For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic devices or switch to airplane mode after we have landed. Please note the aircraft toilets are now on course. Thank you.
Yeah, and this camera kind of just tilts over. Even when I switched off of the wing view, it was completely tilted, and we were looking upside down. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, we're making a turn. I think they added contrails to the A320neo. I think that at least kind of changed them. They look a little bit different. We're past the mountains, now we're getting a little bit of farmland below us. Yeah, but I'm not sure what happened, so I'm going to have to go back and watch the footage. Obviously, I wasn't in the cockpit view, unfortunately. I'm not going to have a clear idea what happened here, but 35% satisfied, so something definitely happened with the engines. Caused that glitch, and probably a rocky ride, so I'll have to go back and look at the footage. We're going to enter our destination data on our performance page for the approach. Our QNH. Let's go to get our weather report and all that. On there. Okay, that's kind of weird that on the weather report it only has my alternate. Let's see if I can put in where we're going to. There we go. Don't need our airport, the airport we took off from at that point. Yeah, so we're going to Mohammed V. Golf Mike Echo is Rabat Saleh Airport. I have flown there before, but the one other time I've flown to Morocco, and that was, I think, that was an X-plane. And where's Rabat? Yeah, Rabat's just a little bit north of Casablanca. I actually do have a controller, approach controller for Casablanca, but I'm not signed into VATSIM. Back outside the plane. In Marrakesh, yeah, there it is.
Flight level 190 Royal Air Maroc 553.
Alright, so I just pulled up on my charts. Chart for the VOR, runway 35 right. Usually ATC in a Microsoft Flight Simulator gives the VOR, so we'll pull that up and we'll go off of that today. Right here, transition altitude, we'll put that in right now since I have that. Performance page, next, we want our approach. Our transition is set at 4,000 feet. And then we can print off here. You'll see these messages, MEDAR, this off. Barometer, the barrow right there, that's going to be the minimums. And the minimum for a straight-in landing, minimum is 1,110 feet. Okay, and we do have our print off. Let's see, our wind is 30 degrees at 8 knots. Temperature is 21. And QNH is 101. Let's do a radial nav. Get in. Our VOR frequency is 112.5. And the course for runway 35 right is going to be 346 degrees. Set up right there. We got Sierra Lima Kilo. We'll wait on the arrival until we get something from ATC. It's going to be Al Masir. It says Al Masir Dam. There's the dam right there, Al Masir Dam, and then not sure what this is. Obviously, the reservoir or the lake created by the dam. What is that? I got it on my on Volanta. I have the airport, but I'm not getting a name for it. But it's just basically directly north of Marrakesh, between Marrakesh and Ben Guerir. Got a little activity at the airport. Yeah, if I was on VATSIM, another kind of airport right there, older one or something. We're 19,000 feet. And it looks like on Pixov, we need to be at 10,600 feet according to the sim brief.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, Royal Air Maroc 553.
looks like I lost. I hope I didn't lose internet connection. Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened there that lost the text-to-speech or whatnot, but and let's get down to 5,000 feet according to our approach. We hit 3,600 when we hit the VOR, and then we come in. So, oftentimes the VOR is right at the airport, but this one is on the approach, and so we don't need to go in and then come back out and then run around as we've had to do before. And actually, I think I'm not sure what all these different ones. Here we do have the ILS. A number of things on here. I'm not sure what the 255 NUA and the 282 NSR, what those are. Maybe those might be ADF frequencies, and I've never actually done that before. Yeah, that might be ADF. But let me put those in and let's see how that works. And we have a 282. Don't quote me on it though. 282, and then yeah, okay, yeah, ADF. So I've never done that before. Let's get all this stuff in, and then we got 255 because the go around as we're coming in, it's how we can measure. Also the go around, we want to get these to this frequency, to this area, and then make our 90-degree turn. Interesting, and then we'll put in the ILS while we're at it. VOR on both, that way we can use both the ADFs. VOR. they want us to go. They're completely flipping me around here, so I'm gonna have to.
Yankee runway 17 left approach via Sierra Lima Kilo Tree 41 radial 26 DME are cleared to Sierra Lima Kilo Royal Air Maroc 55 Tree.
Alright, so let's get that all input. We need we go on a present heading. That way it doesn't scatter us all around. And over here, arrival. Yankee. 17 left, Yankee. Via Burvo. Oh, there we go. We do get to do it. Yes. Via SLK. Cert. We need to do a direct to because this just completely reset the whole thing. Direct to SLK. So that's why you want to be on the heading, to set your heading, because otherwise we'd be spinning going back the way we came. Go.
Royal Air Maroc 55 Tree contact Mohammed V approach on 119er decimal 9er. Good day.
Going to 119er decimal 9er Royal Air Maroc 55 Tree. Mohammed V approach Royal Air Maroc 55 Tree is passing 7,300 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Okay, you can see we're coming up on Sierra Lima Kilo. Be right there, I guess. We're gonna make a turn. Then we're gonna on this radial, which is radial 26 DME. Now, the 26 DME means we are, I believe it's going to be 26 nautical miles out from the, the VOR. And then we're just going to take a radial and maintain being 26 miles out away from this VOR until we get to ANFA, where we're going to make a turn. So we're going to get ANFA in there. Now we could put ANFA, I think we can do ANFA for, we can use the VOR, I think, that we can put that in, but we can also do the ADF, which we're going to do. So 413, we need to get that in there. We're going to keep the 255 in as well. 413, Sierra Alpha Kilo. 413. There we go. Do have it. It's kind of popping up there. We do have the VOR still. Now we're going to Bodney. Bodney's going to be right there. We're going to then be on that arc over to ANFA. Now, of course, it's all in the flight plan as well. So, but if we were to not have it following the flight plan autopilot, we would go off of all these different little points. Our 5,000 feet. UNH is 3012. Let's put that in. You can see our distance right now from Sierra Lima Kilo is 2.7 nautical miles. Not giving me this. I'm not sure what's happening, why it does it like that. If there's something I'm doing wrong. I've never done the ADF before. drone camera just flips over. Really different landscape now. Fun thing about flying some of these longer flights is you kind of see a lot of different landscapes. I believe that's the airport right there. Yep, that's going to be Mohammed V right there. Off to our right. We're flying a little community right there is a Barricade. And then Casablanca is obviously right there on the coast there. And there's the airport. We're going to be coming in. And looping back, take 17 left instead of 35. Make sure our final approach is actually 165. Going the opposite direction now. The ILS is coming in, the ILS frequency. Not going to be the frequency we need, and we're not going to be using it anyway, so we can see it is tracking it. Do have to remember to tell the crew to take their seats for landing. forgot to turn my landing lights on. Below 10,000. Go. We're gonna get dinged on that by Southland Cargo. Passengers are hungry. Well, get some food at the airport. Get through customs and all that. You can see we are on 26 nautical miles out from Sierra Lima Kilo, and we're doing this sort of arc. And it's really nice because the flight computer just has that all in. If you're doing it manually, we just have to hold that 26 and
2,500.
we're already at flaps 1, flaps 2. Arm our spoilers. Looks like a few of the landmarks are coming in. I'm not sure if I activated the Casablanca landmarks. I did download a couple of them. I didn't download another steamer pack that had a few more, simply because I didn't want something to go wrong at this point after 5 hours of flight. Fortunately, it doesn't load in so great all the time at distance. Still a lot to be desired by the draw distance. Kind of reminds me of X-Plane in a sense.
Royal Airmark 553, descend and maintain 2,300 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,300 feet. Royal Airmark 553.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
we just gotta make a turn here. 17 left. Yeah, it's gonna be right there.
Royal Airwork 553, you are 8 miles north of Mohammed V. Contact Mohammed V Tower on 118.5 when inbound.
Tower on 118.5 Royal Airwork 553. Mohammed V Tower Royal Airwork 553 8 miles north inbound 10 dB DME Yankee runway 17 left approach.
Royal Airwork 553, Mohammed V Tower. UNH 30.09er with 02 tree and 17. Clear 10 dB DME Yankee runway 17 left approach.
Cleared NDB DME Yankee runway 17 left approach Royal Airwork 553.
Royal Airwork 553 with 02 tree and 17. Cleared to land runway 17 left.
Cleared to land runway 17 left Royal Airwork 553.
Above. 500. Minimum 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Royal Airwork 553. Mohammed V ground Royal Airwork 553 request taxi to parking.
Royal Airwork 553 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking via taxiway Alpha Royal Air Maroc 55 tree.
Alright, pretty good landing right there. Taxi lights. Unfortunately, still not a lot of planes at these airports. We do have a live traffic mod, but it might be broken, or there's just no live traffic really at airports right now. I don't have a lot of the ground traffic on because it's the frame rates pretty good. And you're just getting random planes from all over. Not what you really see, but maybe next flight we'll see how it works. Harder than I wanted to stop there. No, I forgot to turn on. I forgot the last time too to turn on was the auto brake on our landing. Alright, parking brake is set. Go with our shutdown checklist. The weather radar. Turned off the TCAS and the ATC right over there before we even got in. Predictive wind shear turned off as well. Our nose light, all of our lights coming off. Turn the AP on. And we can then go with internal power. And unfortunately, no jetway. Back to. Which always sucks. And we'll go engine 1 and 2. Shut down. There we go. 4 hours, 14 minutes, and 51-second flight. Not sure about the time here. It is probably like 10 in the morning. Maybe this goes by real life time, I'm not sure. But yeah, we got that nice landing, 226 feet per minute. Little firmer than last flight, but not by much. We'll turn the engines off, or turn the seatbelt signs off. You can light off. And we can open the main door. Passengers are deboarding. Turn off our crew oxygen supply.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
Turn off our fuel pumps.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I hope you enjoyed your
Turn
flight
power
with us today.
on.
On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon.
Take you off.
Thanks for flying with us.
Off our adheres. Alright, we're the 8th person to arrive at Mohammed V International Airport, and that kind of makes sense. They do have the approach. We do have some people working on VATSIM right now. Got another guy looking like he's coming in. Review our flight. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what happened, why our passengers were so disappointed. Something must have happened and we lost some power or something. Landing rate, 225.21 on here. Speed, good. Fuel burn, almost 10,000 kilos. Distance, 1,807. And it didn't give me that I've discovered this country, but because I have been to Morocco before, but on our world tour, we're going to be taking Morocco off of our map. All right, we got our world map. Let's zoom in onto Africa. And we came from Togo, and today we are in Morocco. And there it is. Next flight, we will be headed down, I believe, to... I think Guinea is our next one. We're going to Conakry, Guinea, right here. I believe that is our next destination. Alright, our passengers and cargo's all unloaded. Close that main door. Let's view the flight report. A-, so better flight. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the... oh, okay, the passenger rating's different. It's the improvement. That's why I was getting confused, because I have a better grade over here, but the passenger rating, the improvement would go down. This was a great flight. You communicated effectively with the cabin crew during all critical flight phases, ensuring their safety. Your control of the aircraft was faultless, which makes for very comfortable passengers. Okay, I'm not sure then why my passengers were not happy. Your landing was good, passengers remained comfortable, and you ensured safe control of the aircraft by touching down positively. Good job. Overall, your passengers have decided that they'd rather walk than fly with your airline again. That's unfortunate. It's kind of weird. Not sure why. We were off the blocks 8 minutes early. That's out of the gate. That's pushed back. We departed right at 5:20. And we are early by 17 minutes. Not bad. Again, not seeing anything. A little too quickly during the taxi. Forgot to turn on the lights below 10,000 feet. Airspeed was slightly above 250 while below 10,000. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened that caused the passenger rating. But it is what it is. We got an A-. Pretty good flight. Alright, thanks for coming along on this flight. A little bit long one. Next one should be a little bit shorter. I was wrong. We're not going to Conakry, Guinea. There'll be 2 flights for now. Next flight will be going to Nouakchott, Mauritania. A couple of countries down. So until then, comment below. More comments, the more views this video gets. Like it, share it with your friends. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you'd like to see more content, consider becoming a patron. I believe we have the lowest level is a $3 level. Get a few of those, and that will help pay simply for the Adobe Creative Suite, which allows me to make these videos. So again, thank you for all your support, and until next time, keep the blue side up, happy flying, and take care.